for the next hour? Yeah. Okay, food good today? Some of our favorites. So today, if you don't know, it's August 27th. Welcome to our team meeting. We are extremely glad that you are here. Thank you guys for packing our house. Every team meeting week makes us very, very happy. So that's from my 70s now. Be grateful for the big things, the small things, and everything in between. Sometimes it is hard to embrace the in between. We've had a lot of in between this year. Everybody has had a lot of in between this year. We've had a sad month. A lot of stuff has happened, and I thank you guys for being you and lifting everybody up and getting us through these times that maybe aren't as wonderful, not just in real estate, but also in our personal lives. I don't think you realize how much everybody relies on each other in this. So thank you for that. Does anybody have any gratitude? Oh, Cynthia has a hot one. Okay, hit us with it, Cynthia.
I don't think I've seen Susan poorly yet, but
She's not in yet.
like super grateful she opened her doors again this year. We had an amazing time. If you do not go.
Tell them what you're talking about.
If you do not go to Roswell on the Rock, you are missing out. Like,
What's
it's us agents in the office hanging out with other agents and talking about anything. If you want to talk real estate, that's fine, like that's what you want to do, but honestly, it's about everything else. And just like, it's therapy. Like, you talk trash about your client,
Alcohol.
you know exactly what the other agent's going through because you've had that crazy client. Sorry, not crazy, they're not.
No, they are. It's okay, they're crazy.
And it was amazing. Plus, her daughter Maddie serenaded us. I mean,
She was
her-
there.
so the food was young. I have pictures. I don't know. If,
Some of them made them on the
Yeah.
Facebook, and y'all, it's relaxed.
yeah.
And it's not like you're in an office setting and everybody's very much themselves. So I know you think that we're odd in the office. You should see us after dark. I mean, it's just like, it's a whole different experience. So. Well, oh, come on, Keith, we're your sense of adventure.
And my other gratitude is to Kern. She brought some delicious cakes to celebrate.
I saw that.
Susan Corley's birthday, I believe, is Friday. So, yeah, like if you see her.
It's a big part of our office.
Yeah.
So if you guys do, when you see her, just let her know. Candy girl.
Keep an eye for the next event.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a great time. We had a great time.
Thank you, everybody.
Fun.
That. Come on to the gratitude today. Juan.
I'm
Speak you
grateful
in the back.
for the Georgia Lacy group because especially got an A office here for me to do stuff. It feels like I'm in their office, but I'm in this
I
office.
love it. I love it. So you're excited. So Juan is houses and he's in the learning phase. He just had a closing. We're all so proud of him. We have other offices calling Twan to hold open houses for them, which is great. We are GLG. We are a group. We need to be working together. So, yes, Maria. No. I got you, Wayne. I see you back there.
You say while we're on the subject of Toulon.
Oh,
I've been.
oh, no.
Open houses for me.
Yeah.
We have a great open house curated plan to the It's perfect. It works really well. I'm very picky about music. Highly approved it.
Hi.
Y'all have Apple Music, let me know.
Twan is a Renaissance man, for those of you who do not know. Good to see you. All right, so what I heard now is that we are able to we're all playing into this office. Y'all have an open house. If you can't get someone from this office, you still that's what we're all here for. We're all one big family and we're stronger together. So thank you for that. Mr. Pledger.
I have to say this, I want to say, first of all, thank you to the Keller Williams Russell team. I joined here the first week of June, and immediately when I joined, in the middle of my onboarding, I received my first deal to application, and the Keller Williams team jumped in and helped me out tremendously across the board. So Alicia, Raven, Julie, Carrie, Belby, a few others as well. They really helped. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was a really big deal, so I couldn't have done it without you.
Thank you.
See that coming on from another.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And Wayne, Wayne comes flying in with a reload from server relocation and we're all like, what? haven't seen one of these in a hot minute, so we all jumped in, but congratulations to you.
With the Tidewater appraisal,
With a what? Wait, with a what?
with the Tidewater appraisal.
There you go. So, and y'all just give Wayne extra love. Wayne's been going through it. Wayne's gonna be okay. We're all gonna be okay, but just keep the love flowing in this lot and people appreciate it more than you know. Anybody else with a gratitude? Yes, ma'am. Excuse her, let her clear her throat. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead with it.
I want to give a big shout out and gratitude to Erin. Erin is my accountability partner. But I usually can't say thank you enough because she's always so on point. She calls, she's always have such good information to share. So she is a good listener to me. Just in talking through things, and she always bumps it up. If I say that I'm doing something, she always, well, have you thought about doing this? So she always elevates whatever it is that I'm doing. So I appreciate it so much.
I love that. Iron sharpens iron. That's why we like to be in this group with all of these other wonderful people. So thank you for sharing that and thank you, Aaron. All right. Thank you for all the wonderful gratitude. Thank you for having.
Cow today. We have cow here
Yeah,
today.
I was gonna say, you're little. Y'all, this is Pal. So, and
How's
she,
everybody? How's everybody doing? So this is actually my favorite office.
Thank you.
So we actually have this flyer coming up. It's a 25% discount for new agents that work with us. So I know more than half of the agents that are here do work with us already. But if you have a fellow agent that is new, that wants to have a new home inspection company, please make sure to share this with them. And if they say that you shared it with them, you get a 10% discount on your next inspection too. So this is our brochure, and I have some outside. So if you guys want to grab one, we cover the entire state, no extra cost. So if you have a house in Savannah, Columbus, let's say Macon, Blue Ridge, anything like that, we go up there with the price that's on this brochure. We work every single day. So we work Monday through Sunday. We always have one person on call on holidays. So if you by chance go under contract, let's say the day before 4th of July and you need an inspection 4th of July, we will be there for you. So we also do listing work. So if you need some painting or drywall, we do that as well. We do junk removal. We do all kinds of things. We also partner with Tucker. We have Martin back there. And they help us out with our termite inspections and our termite letters. So they also have a 1 to 2 day availability as well. So does anybody have questions for me? No? Well, Carrie?
I have another question, but obviously, I've been working with House Call for many, many years now. And I will also say it has been a total home run with the new services as well. I had a house back in June. We had, 4 terminations on one house. And one of the biggest issues was crawl space. That was a whole other thing I didn't even know that Drew did in House Call. They totally took care of the crawl space, filled it up. And then Martin and Tom Turp and his whole team came in, they took care of any termite damage and anything there, and we got that house sold. I mean, they're good. I can't say enough great things. They're your heroes all the time.
Yes, if you ever have any questions while you're at showing, you can always reach out to the number on our brochure and we will answer that question for you. If anything comes up, I mean, we do every single test that you can think of. We do the termites with Top Turf. We do radon testing, we do sewer scopes. We highly do recommend doing sewer scopes. Raymond, I think I have another slide.
I got the thing.
Or not?
No, it's just that.
Okay, so we do have another coupon, it's not on there yet, but so if you do a radon and a sewer scope together, you get 50%, $50 off. So make sure you do tell that to your clients. We do highly recommend doing sewer scopes because you never really know what's on the lines, especially in resale houses. I mean, you don't know what the seller
And
is
in
like.
town as well.
Yes.
Anything in town.
Yeah,
y'all get those
because there
too.
could be a
We
roof,
got 3 roofs.
there could be a blockage, a breakage, literally anything could be in the line. So, I mean, it's something that you guys should really think about and talk to your clients about. Anything else? Cynthia, you have something to say?
I do, so
I'm calling calling you out.
So when it comes to house call, like you can't, they're not alarmists. So that's like one of the things that I always tell them is like, I've had so many times where my clients get the inspection and of course they get 30, 40, 50 pages and they're like, oh my God, like, what am I gonna do? Like, should I cancel? And like Drew has picked up the phone so many times to say, hey, like, what is it that you're scared of? Like, this is what it should be. And sometimes they're freaking out for a $20 fix that we will walk them through and say, no, this is what you need to do, or let me know and I can send somebody out there to do that. So, yeah, they're the best.
What you want.
Source code.
325. Anybody else? No?
Yeah.
Yes?
You know, one of my last inspections. It's a page report. The inspector speculated this could wear out in 3 to 5 years. This could go wrong.
Was it with our inspection company? Okay, I was about to say.
She was like, who is his name?
I was about to be like, wait, what?
That is alarmist. That is
Yeah,
exactly
that,
what
we
you would
don't
call-
do that. We try to walk with your buyers, with your sellers, if we do a pre-listing inspection. We try to walk with them, hold their hand and make sure that, look, this is easy to fix, this, you can do this. Our reports are even labeled in colors. So we have a maintenance item, which is a blue item. We have regular things that you should be addressing, which is an orange item. And then we have safety hazards, which are a red item. So those are actually labeled in the summary aside from the report. So you, let's say you get a 50-page report, you still have a summary with the things that should be addressed.
And
So,
that's not unethical. That is just probably not somebody you want to work with. again.
yeah,
It's not unethical. They probably think they're doing, oh, we're telling them all these wonderful things. And in your mind, you're like, oh my God.
it can scare people just to, it can scare people. So we try to hold buyers' hands to make sure that they are not scared. We don't even use the word mold. We use organic growth. We use certain words that don't scare them for that exact same reason, because we don't want to ruin your deal. We want to help you.
Team meeting, it's not mold, no, it's organic. Right,
Organic growth.
Thank you, Speedy.
Of course. So if you guys, there's still food out there. So
Thank you. Okay. All right, Miss Kathy, I know, I think she is.
Got any meals at home today with her husband with COVID, so I said, stay. She goes, but I'm not positive. So you can be about to hear that. We don't want it. So it is going around. I did get it myself coming back from the Bahamas when the doctors were like, listen, don't touch your face, don't touch your eyes, your mouth. It's not as viral this time. It's more of the touch and the, so just so you know, wash your hands and don't touch. So HomeBot, there's a video that I can send you of the recording from last week to understand it. And it honestly is something that you can have 25 people in it. It costs you nothing. If you go above 25 people, up to 500 is only 25 a month, but that's $10 1,000. What is it? HomeBot actually sends a very pretty detailed market update on the house that you put in the client's name. And again, it could be the house they own, right? Or it could be the house they're renting, if that's the area and price range. So you don't have to own the house to put that address in. They're gonna get it monthly. It's gonna give you market update on what the values of the house are doing in the area. They can do more research in it and like scope it out and kind of know what's going on with their house. It is.
Oh.
My home by having people, by the way. Just saying.
Seriously, she's calling.
Anyone can do it though. I've got Aubrey's in there with like 400 something people, you know? But he was one of my original, you know, let's look at HomeBot, see what you think
how many
before
are
I
free?
bought into it. 25 are free, it's 25 a month up to 500. This is the door knocker that we created originally that we can do with any of you. And it's honestly, has a door hanger, you can't see it, but the hanger's up top.
And I'll put your own QR code in it and you just leave it on the door, like Kathy Ray, if it's a higher price range, a bottle of wine, maybe you're thinking about listing, you know, keep up with the market. We can do postcards with it. Where is she in here? Diamond Evers. They do it all. So they've got it all set up. We can flip it over to a postcard or mailer for you, but it's honestly as easy as them just popping it in. They'll go straight in HomeBot, kind of play in it and see if they want to join. I don't see your clients. Even though we're co-branded, I can't get into your database. I don't know about your database. I get alerts. If your database starts searching, we've got AI that says, this person just did this. They may be thinking about refinancing or buying because they're doing this. You'll get that alert, but I'm gonna actually say, hey, pay attention to this. This is a hit that you may want to call the client and say, hey, you know what? This is what it said. You know, not stalking you, but are you needing it value? If someone has done a lot of improvements to their home since they purchased their home, it's not going to know that. So you will need to go in and help them. They can add that. It's like we finished the basement, we did that. Because some people may think, hey, this is saying a really low value. Well, if you've done improvements, it doesn't know that. It's going by your original purchase price.
But it starts with what? Conversation.
Yeah, it's a conversation. Hey, let me send this, see what you think. And you all should just do it yourself just to play with it. Like just email me, you know, what email you want, what your home address is. I'll put you in it as a client and you can just play with it yourself and watch it before you do it. So that you can be familiar with it.
A couple people's eyes get really big because I think some people realize the potential of what this can do. And how easy it is to do it. You basically have.
Roxy Hernandez and I started partnering. I think I told y'all that story a couple of weeks ago. She's up to like 1,400 people in it. She said there are people that over the last 5 years that have not opened her emails, not opened her chat, not come to her client event, and are engaging with her because of HomeBot. And her listings have gone up because of it. I mean, there's a couple like Ann Kalinsky, Bob Kalinsky's are the biggest team at one point, Atlanta. When they had client events, the way the client registered was the QR code, putting themselves in their home and HomeBot. You know, so there's ways to use it with everything you do just to collect client data at an open house. You know, just for them to join you in HomeBot.
And who they talked about that? Is there somebody other than, I mean, I know I don't want them to come to
Me.
Yeah, okay.
Here,
As always.
Here, Tammy. Yeah, we got you. It's easy. I helped Jan this morning, invited her HomeBot, sent her the email, her and Sam are working on it. So he knows what to do. Also, if you have, quote, your IT time scheduled to him, add it in there.
Perfect. Thank you, man.
Rates are great. We're still in that low mid-6 range. This is a lot of information you can read. Basically, what happened was the Fed chairman didn't do a cut in July, even though most of the Fed panel voted to do so in July, and they didn't do it. That and other news coming out, they've already taken our market and our rates and thinking we'll definitely do a quarter in the Fed rate drop. Now we're going to start seeing indications of they're thinking more, it's going to have to be a half to spur the economy and to get our unemployment numbers, you know, just to do things to stimulate. So if that happens, then we potentially will see lower rates by the end of the year or definitely by the first of the year. Everything can change though, so remember that. But right now, the indication is Fed rate, which is your credit cards, your car loans, your equity lines will all drop at that point with prime. And then mortgage rates, again, we've already taken, they think it's going to happen. So they've already taken the move down. But if we see that half, then it may spur lower. But right now it's great. People are buying that, you know, qualified 6 months ago at a 7% rate, getting in the mid to low 6s.
So
they're
we've
really
got-
happy with the payments.
A lot of inventory and we have lower rates. So
Yeah.
you need to be reaching out to. I mean, this is the time, y'all.
Yeah.
Reach out, reach out, reach out. I actually had one of our top agents the other day tell me
Do what?
that they had too many listings for the first time in a long time.
For the-
So now's the time. Reach out to your buyers.
How can you have too many listings?
Girl.
So next month, do you think they're gonna do half, or do you think they're gonna do 2 quarters?
Right now they're saying a half.
Half in
Yeah,
September?
in September.
Calm down, Stephanie. Okay.
These HomeBot hangers are 80 cents. We pay for half of them with you. So 40 cents, you can get as many as you want.
In here.
And get,
Everybody turn around, look at Susan Corbett. Susan, let's go. Thank you, sweetie. That was
thank y'all.
wonderful.
Thank you.
All right,
We're
let's see what is
amazing.
next. You come on up, baby.
Which is the highest function of all the,
I'm sorry, but you know,
18% market share in Roswell, which is the highest of the percentage of capture.
and we'd
rate.
like, you know, to get everybody around a 30% capture rate, but 18?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Hey, baby, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Michael and Gray in the house. Go
Yes,
ahead.
I know y'all are used to having Jackie here, but I'm filling in today. Everybody's super busy. So I'm Becca. I'm part of the marketing team. I'm the client relations and marketing coordinator. So I have this right here. If y'all didn't get one, let me know. But while Amy is out, she is one of our attorneys. She just had a kid. So we have a few attorneys filling in for her. So if you have any legal questions, that's going to be Kenneth and Jake. And I'm assuming they're going to be coming by this office just to, meet you guys, create this connection.
Kenneth a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
We see Jake too.
Yeah, okay, Kenneth, oh, he's great. So, and then you also have Jackie here as well. If y'all have any marketing questions, our marketing email is at the top right here. So feel free to connect with us. We'd love to answer any questions you guys have. And then also the team email is at the bottom right here. And then I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I just want to say that we really appreciate our partnership with you guys. We love the connections and we appreciate the opportunities that we've had with you guys. And yeah. And for future opportunities. So I just want to continue just to encourage you guys. Y'all are doing great. So thank you for having
Thank
me.
you. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. Thank you for coming to the party. We appreciate that. We enjoyed it. Let's see. I didn't see Miss Kelly in the house today or Tammy. Tammy always gives us a bunch of slides. But I did see that. There she is. Our very own Taylor. Get on up here, girl. What you got today?
So I do. I love having my samples for you guys. So I don't know about you guys. If you heard what happened last week, I woke up in the morning and I was in a good mood. I'm feeling really light and great.
Did everybody hear that Chandler woke up in a good mood? Feeling very light. That's what happened last week.
And I was wow, something's different in the air. So I ordered my coffee this morning and I was oh my God, it's pumpkin season. Fall is here. Cool, awesome. That's it. So, no surprise to anyone, fall is my favorite season. I love the colors, I love the weather, and most of all, I love the events. And I know it's the season a lot of you guys are hosting client events. So I want to talk about how to elevate your invite. So I'm going to pass out some samples before. So typically with your event marketing question, for those of you who host events, how many of you guys only do digital invites? You only contact your clients digitally. Oh my God, you guys are my favorite people so far. So great. So if you guys are already sending out a print invite, I always recommend it as my major way to first touch your clients. It leaves an impact. And why? Because it is personal. So how can we make it even more personal? How can we really be oh my God, this is so cute. I definitely want to go to this event. So there's kind of 3 ways we can go about that. The first one obviously is colored envelopes is a really easy way to do that. And guys, look at this color. It's the perfect fall color. If your clients are flipping through their mail, they're going to stop, look at this and be okay, wait a second. I want to open this. I want to look at it a little bit longer. And with marketing, that's what you want. You want someone to hesitate. You want someone to look at it. So second of all, the thing you want to do is handwritten addresses. This little personal touch of having a real pen and a real address on there, my favorite. So I don't know about you guys. I wish my address, my handwriting looked like this. But I type on a computer all day and I have handwriting if someone types on a computer all day. So a little reminder, we do have a handwriting machine and that's actually who did the handwriting addresses on these envelopes. So again, it's going to make your client stop, look at your invites, be okay, let me look at this. I want to open this. I know someone personally sent this to me. This is not someone just sending out a bunch of these every single day. And then for those of you who have the invite, you open it up. It's kind of hard to see, I know back here, but so I have what you see is actually a handwritten message in there. So what we did for that was we had someone actually sit down and write it down. We scanned it. And then I added it to the design and printed it. So it's still personal. It's still your handwriting on every single card with that little touch, but save you guys some time, save you guys some hand cramps. And honestly, guys, I hear these like comebacks from you guys all the time when we do invites like this. The more personal touches you kind of add to it, the more your clients are reaching out being like, hey, I got like your invite. That was so cute. Oh my goodness. I can't remember the last time someone sent me something so personal in the mail. So I highly, highly recommend looking into this for your invites. And you don't have to add all three, but like maybe do a colored envelope this time. Maybe add a handwritten address. Maybe try like adding a handwritten message inside. Something like that, I think really elevates your marketing and you'll find that your client turnouts end up being a little bit higher. So any questions or anything?
Chandler, I just had a comment on here. I don't have my glasses on today, so bear with me. But I noticed it says dear and their names. So if we send you their names, it will actually have each individual.
Fall friends.
It says fall.
Okay, can you put? But if we send you the names with the address, would you put it, type their names in with the message?
So we can do that in print version. So if you were to supply us with a list, I can actually do like a data merge with that. Unfortunately, we have not found a fine way to do, like, we could do handwritten, but then you would have to write every single one of your clients' names.
Okay, fall friends.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Bob with the fall friends then.
Awesome.
Thank you, Chandler.
Anytime.
Always. It's worth everything. So. All right, moving on. If I can get my, I'm not. Did you, Marquia is with TCF Property Management and probably not today, but maybe today. Okay, today, Marquia is gonna come up and tell us a little bit about TCF Property Management. I wasn't sure if we had it today or we had scheduled it for. So let's give it to Marquia. Y'all. Absolutely amazing. So she's on Atlanta Property Protection.
Hi, everyone. So by show of hand, who hates rentals? So Georgia Legacy Group has partnered with TCS Management. They're actually a management company that's out of Philadelphia, and they just joined ventures with the Georgia Legacy Group for you all to have a property management company to go to whenever you all have any clients that want someone to manage their properties. So for you, for instance, if you don't want to list the properties and you want someone else to list the properties for you, then I will be your go-to. So I am listing properties in the MLS for you all, and you all will actually get a referral fee for 5 to 8%, depending on the price, as soon as they sign the management agreement. So you all will also be protected as well too, because whenever I do the listing lease agreement, then I won't put anything for the sale. When they say they want to sell, then it pretty much will go back to you all. So you don't have to worry about, you know, me listing a home afterwards. So you all would definitely be protected there. So yeah, so you get referrals and it's a win-win situation. Any questions?
Questions about it?
Oh, yeah, this is one of the listings. So this is one of the listings here that we, so I actually advocate, so this listing was 3,700 and I actually was able to lease it for 3,900 and they moved in 2 weeks ago. We've recently had about 6 and we've leased 4 of them. 3 have moved in and we have 2 more move-ins on the 1st. So the inventory is definitely growing. And right now we have 1 active in Kennesaw. Kennesaw is a 4-bedroom, huge house, $31,25. And I have 1 coming soon Friday that's gonna be 1 bedroom, 1 bath in Peachtree Corners. And that was gonna be $1,585.
May I ask you a question? Do you work, if somebody has a tenant that they do not want to work with, or maybe do you work with tenants as well, or you just do listings? You just do. I tried, y'all.
No.
Do you screen the tenants as well?
Yeah, so TCS has their own back office. So once they apply, then they go through the background screening. We can see the credit check. And it's really up to the owner's discrepancy as to what they want to see. Like, we had some people with some lower credit scores, but the owner was like, hey, they made really good income. Let's charge them 2 months rent. So I'm in very close communication with the owners as well too. Just least one in Union City, he was like, hey, I trust you. I don't really care. But however, I do have 11 years of property management. I started my freshman year in college and I did go from being a full-time property manager to full-time real estate agent 2 years ago. So I do have property management experience.
So do you guys actually manage the properties or do you just list them and get the tenants?
No, TCS is actually a management company. So any work orders that go through, they have the tenants. So we're also building our contractors as well too. So if you all have any great contractors, plumbing, handyman, anything like that, send them my way and I'll just add them to our Atlanta market. Cause like I said, we're just pretty much starting everything from scratch here in Atlanta.
Perfect. And if you have any questions, because riddles are confusing, but just feel free to ask her. Go ahead.
What is the percentage that TCS charges per month?
I believe it is, I think 4%. I think it's maybe like some of them are 175 or so a month.
So it's a percentage of the rent,
It's a percentage of the rent.
4%? 4% you said?
Yeah.
That's pretty.
That's low.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like 175.
But she'll check on it and let you know if it's not.
He texted me this morning. He told me.
Okay.
He said he wants a 25 to 8%.
Wow. Well, I'm using TCS then. Thank you, sweetie. We are gonna be- Right. Every week we do tools to run your business. This week we have discovered there is something new. I'm sure you've got emails about it, but it's KWIQ. I know we are all enjoying the heck out of Chat GPT, because I've seen some wild listing descriptions, that are out there running around. They're entertaining, to say the least. But, Raven is actually gonna tell us a little bit more about this new tool that we have. If she's, are you ready?
Yes,
I think she's
and
ready.
this is something Sam told us a little bit about last week. Here, or not last week, the last time we were here. All right, so just look over at that screen over there real quick. I don't know if you guys know, but I actually changed my background for you guys. So what you can do is download your app for Command, not your consumer app, but the actual agent app for Command on here. Download the app. Right? And you'll use your normal Command logins to get into it.
And you have to do it right App Store.
You'll click on the 3 bars at the bottom of your screen, type in KWIQ. Did you all see that? Show you real quick one more time.
Calling it quick.
Yeah.
Are
Quick, maybe quick answers. And I just want to show you some of the questions you can ask in here. So I can type in here and say, how to hold a 7-level open house.
And if you can't type, you can always use the microphone button.
Oh, okay, and then it's gonna list a whole bunch of options on there. Look at that. I can go in here and say 5 scripts for sellers. Or FSBOs or buyers.
Look at Stephanie. You all right, Stephanie?
Yeah. This is my next turn real fast.
And you'll see, it'll give me a bunch of scripts on there. I can say, what are the MREA models?
And she got the trivia question.
No, yeah, no cheating on the trivia question.
She didn't say that.
Or a big thing on here, I could go on here and say, what is bold and how will it grow my business?
Raven, can they do this on their computers as well?
Yeah, so they'll go
They
through this
could, yeah.
booklet. And then from the Zoom, I'm gonna share so that you can see on the computer.
If y'all wonder why I'm picking so much on Stephanie over here, Stephanie came from another brokerage. And she was at another brokerage for about a year. And she managed to cap at that brokerage what the cap is. And she really didn't anything, y'all. And I mean, she had nothing. And I love watching her in meetings because every word that comes out of everybody's mouth, Stephanie's like, what?
I mean,
Such an enthusiast.
I can't say enough about Command. If you guys don't know, if you've never been to another brokerage, and agents pay so much money for all of this. Hundreds or thousands of dollars a month for all of this that we're just getting.
So I just love seeing her enthusiasm and someone who actually, who actually has been somewhere else.
Stephanie drank Kool-Aid.
Yeah, she drank- No, sorry, babe, go ahead.
So you can actually go onto your laptop and do the same thing. It's gonna be this little sparkle button right here. And they actually have questions that you can ask on here, but I could say 5 FSBO speeches. Scripts. And this is actually one I checked this morning, let's see if it learned anything. So when it doesn't know it, it will tell you it's researching, but you'll be able to ask different questions in here from door knocking strategies. I looked at this one today,
We've been having fun with that. It's,
time blocking for dual career.
You guys gonna have me contact me to help?
Yeah, absolutely. So look, it's giving me a whole time schedule for a dual career agent.
telling you how to time block for a
Right.
dual career agent.
And then, what was yours, Sam?
How many contacts I need to have a $1 million business? Curious.
If I asked you to say, Susan, you have them all, why aren't you calling me?
That personalized. Please, it's not gonna be that personalized. I don't need my command to have to
Get
be.
that, do exactly what you need to do in your ratio.
You know that, Sam.
And then if you leave the site and you want to come back and say, what was the answers to that question, question I asked last week? You can type on history and look at your answer, and you can make it.
Do we like it? We like it. All right. And we got email about it and I kind of did what we all did. What another thing, it's another thing. And then we started looking at it and I saw that she had put it in here and I was like, you know what? That's a good thing. We've been playing around with it and it's
awesome.
pretty great.
And thank you, Sam, for introducing it to us.
Thank you,
a couple
Sam.
minutes ago.
I built it, that was my.
Okay.
Let's take up with Sam too.
No, I had nothing.
All right, guys. Thank you, Ray. We appreciate that. Bolton's coming up. The interesting thing about it this year or this season, I don't know, they do it twice a year, this time of year, is that there's actually going to be one on Saturdays for our dual career agents.
And it's the
So-
first time ever that we had one.
Yeah, so we've had one on Saturdays. So, we will get into this, further as it approaches, if everybody could just kind of, save the date.
At least come to First Step, it's free. Go into your KWIQ and see what Bold will do for you and your business,
Oh,
right?
tying it all
Now,
together.
I didn't put that question in there for no reason. But it's free. You'll be able to click on these when you get the links later. Go to the First Step. Like I said, if you can't come to anything else and see if it's right for you. Invite your friends too from other brokerages who could use some help.
Perfect. And let me give you my tip. Thank you. The call. Mastering of, I can never say it, mastering the market of the moment mastermind. 9 to 9:30, this is where they actually get on there and role play. It's a fantastic call. Melba is going to be doing a class this Thursday at our buddies KWNA up the way. It's gonna be about the mid-year 2024 GAR form changes, and then for Melba, I'm telling y'all, we're just working Melba. Y'all, she's in Savannah, she's traveling, she was in Austin, she is unstoppable. She'll be doing Code of Ethics, September 12th from 10 to 1. This is gonna be here in this office. Y'all, a lot of us, including me, are up for Code of Ethics this year. Everyone, the entire office has to.
But unless you were new and you took it in the last 6 months since you joined, if you haven't taken it since before January 2022, you need to take it now.
So this is it. This is the time. So let's all ready for this.
Be offered, I have to take a vacation. I can't be here.
So there's actually, if you go on your NAR website, or your Board of Realtor website, there's online on-demand option for that. It's also on GAMLS.com. However, if you take it on GAMLS.com, make sure that you submit the proof to your board because they'll only send it into Greg.
Okay.
There are a lot of classes running. So, I'm gonna go a little bit fast. We've got a panel to get to, but career visioning with Gene Rivers, you truly do not want to miss it. This is not an opportunity that we have very often. There are 2 days, September 5th, September 6th. If you have not signed up yet, when you get these slides, you can click on the QR code. Heroes, Hummers, and Pops, September the 15th, and that is going to benefit the first responders in our area. And here we are, mega camp panel. So can these 6 lovely people come on up? They're all running to get paper tools, so. All right. I know, that's all, Donna. I was hoping I could get your first. No, that's. All right, guys. So these are some of the people that went to Mega Agent Camp. Was it the week before last? Yeah, it was the week before last. We had a blast. Jan was, I saw Jan everywhere. Jan was running around. Jan
was exhausted.
Jan is one of the conference goers who attends all the meetings and does exactly what she's supposed to do.
Doing that next time.
And because Jan represents and she's got all the stuff. Some of our other ones, me included, you might see us at a party here or there. I don't know. We saw Jan, but she was always trudging in after being at all the classes all day, and we were like fresh, ready to party. Ready to party. Thank you guys for attending. Thank you for everybody out there that attended. I think this was a smaller mega camp. It was a little smaller than they've been in the past. They just didn't have the attendance this year, but I will tell you this. It was a good mega camp. And I don't know if it was because it was smaller, a little bit more intimate. It was just a really, really great mega camp. So we're going to we'll start with Miss Donna on the end. I'm gonna go a little off script. What was your main takeaway from Mega Camp?
Well, I've been struggling a little bit this year. So May, June, and July were my entire 2024. So I was thrilled to hear that there's a reason for that because Gary, because we've been in a real estate recession for the last 7 to 8 months. And the good news is we're at the bottom. So if 26 and 27 should be really awesome. So I appreciated being validated that it was really
this was as bad as it's gonna get, and everything from here is on its way up. And we've been in denial that we've been in a real estate recession. But Gary Keller stood up there and said, y'all, we've been in a real estate recession. It was bad, and now we're on our way up. So there's a reason. If y'all haven't had great years, there is a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which no, I'm just kidding. No, I like that he went back to, because I've been licensed 18 years and I have watched Gary go through a whole entire whatever monologue of different things at different times. And I like that he's like, do your job, do what you're supposed to do the things that make you successful every day, regardless of the market. Because if you talk to those agents who have really, really huge businesses, they are not bothered by a real estate recession. And they're just like, well, it's like, well, how was your year? And they just, good as always. So that was for me.
And what do you say? Do the work.
Do the work.
Miss Carrie.
To me, I was struck by how much we talked about community. I think probably a quarter of the panels were about events of one kind or another. And what a gift we can be to our spheres for bringing them together because they're craving it and they've forgotten how. So I think the focus on events was really striking for me, and all the different ways that agents are doing events was really cool.
Yeah, and they were doing that at a high level. I mean,
This is Rachel.
oh, hi, Rachel. Yeah, the open house thing was a little shocking, like the food trucks.
Every time. Well, just touch on that, just like briefly, because I thought that was a little shocking too.
Yeah.
But tell me.
I typically don't do open houses and just because I do listings and, you know, weekends and stuff, and I'm at a little higher price point. But these, and I know that they weren't, at high price, they couldn't have been, they were about an open house, but
Where was he at? Like, he was out of Texas, right?
yeah.
And Rachel brought a huge price point because there were no dates in the community and all that.
Yeah,
all that
I think, I
stuff.
think it was somewhere in like the 300,000.
That's what I was.
But that's their average price point
Yeah.
there where he lives. So even though it was lower,
So
that's
listen to what they're doing for these $300,000, $400,000, $500,000
Well, and they, granted, they budget this out, like.
for the whole year.
For the whole year. What they're gonna do, the food truck, the expenses of it. My guess is they work with buyers, so they want the 300 in there, but they have a capture system. Meaning, here's the house swap, you're selling, you know, if I find one, you know, there's, you know, information, so they're becoming a resource for those buyers. So, but yeah, they were doing some crazy stuff. Another, and I thought, and here's what I took away from that. Just kind of- So I got this house in Roswell, my neighborhood, and, I'm not getting any showings, like, it's bizarre. There are 5 houses that are for sale, between 1.4 and 1.7. One of them is not pending since August 8th. And like, what, the only thing people are pending is new builds. So it's like, what do you do? Like, what do you do? So we're redoing the pictures, and next Thursday, because I don't want to put much more in this. So I'm gonna have, it was totally redone, and I sold it before it was redone, and now it's redone, but it was a $400,000. So I'm gonna have my contractor there. Before and after pictures, you know, the list of things they did, talk about what, and this is to agents, do a care event for agents. Have the designer there, you know, the colors and everything. So it's actually something that is educational and hopefully we draw instead of like, you know, Starbucks gift cards or something like that. People love it before and after. This is dramatic too.
They love tips.
And then that evening, I had a lot of neighbors come over because we have older houses in 1985 house. And so that evening, since I've got my team there, to do the same thing in the neighborhood and invite them with postcards.
Yeah.
And have them come over. They may know someone. Actually, we had somebody's brother's moving in. So that's something I took away.
So you made an event that was tailored to the listing that you had, but you made it more of an event than it would have been.
Yeah. But the trick with this is it's got a really steep driveway. So parking and getting up to it, we've got a golf cart. So like that logistic was like, oh, that's a hard one to do. So anyway, I'll let you know how it goes. But I mean, we gotta get creative on how to get this up. But that is showing us. I just want showing. I'm like begging agents on reverse prospecting. So my big takeaway was one thing that was said. Gary said, win the morning. And what I took away from that is I get up, I've got the same routine and it's not getting me anywhere. Kids are off and then what do? I do like laundry or something. No, that can't. So win the day, the first 2 hours are you gonna work? I don't have to wait up, so I just meditate for a half an hour. Then I'm on to market. Then I'm on to, I'll get to database here in a second. So I have these things that I need to do before 1 o'clock. And then after that, my day's free. That was in my head. But that's been getting me more engaged instead of like apathetic, like nothing's happening, anything happens. And I think that mindset too, kind of gets you more in business and gets you more jazzed and you feel accomplished. What was I gonna say? Morning. Oh, so we got a half an hour with a coach, you know, math coach. He called me and I have been literally not in business for like 2 years. My database, my last assistant populated for Haynes at 20,000, you know, it was a mistake. So I had 2 years to like delete them, right? Haven't done it. So I tell her this and she says, I said, well, I just need to spend it. She's like, it's been 2 years, you haven't made time. She said, don't do that. Pay somebody to do it. Don't even look at it. You're not gonna do it. It's totally in your head. I'm like, oh, okay. So yes, my kids were on payroll. One is, they're doing it. Because luckily they're tagged, so all they have to do is give it everything except the tagging. Because I dominate and focus on my neighborhood and the neighborhood across the street. That's it. I do marketing materials, all that too. Yeah, and that's another kind of it. It's dominate. Just focus on what you do best.
Yeah.
You can't be everything to all.
Focus on what you do best.
So that was really, I just never had a coach before. So when she said, I'm doing it wrong, do this, and I was like, oh, okay. And and then the 8:30 one, I said, well, I listened to calling. She's like, that's a total distraction. That's getting in the way from your winning. She said, you already know that stuff. He was not doing it. No, he said, she said, you wanted the other stuff that you need to be doing. So you think you're doing something productive and you're not.
Coaching pays off.
You love that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for that level, but I have some work to do to get to that level, and you know, we have some great resources here. Just accountability. I need it bad. So a lot of man here. So why not strategically play? Figure out the in your morning and get you where you need to be. Read things, write it down, and do it. Try it for 5 minutes. Don't like being too far ahead. Love it.
Marinelli. So to piggyback what she was talking about earlier with that winning the morning, it can be winning the afternoon. I mean, basically what Gary was trying to say is the first 5 hours from the time you wake up. So, you know, I know Donna is one that doesn't like mornings and her first work late at night. So her day might start at 11.
That's major, y'all. Say that one more time.
It's the first 5 hours of your day. So
From when you wake up.
From when you wake up. Those are the most important. That's when you gotta be heads down and doing, you know, everything doing the work, you know, you're working on your database, you know, everything that you're supposed to be doing. So I thought that was really cool. A cool takeaway that I got from one of the agents that they were interviewing was that she starts her year in October. As opposed to January, because in October, like that fall and winter, we all naturally speak to more people at that time of year. So it made sense for her to do like a lot of her events and networking and everything in the fall and winter, because it's like, well, that's when she's naturally going to see everybody. You know, so I talked to my husband about that because we're a team. And we might start doing that next year at our next business planning meeting, as opposed to starting in January. I think we're going to start in October. I thought that was a fabulous idea.
It's a great idea.
And then there was one other takeaway that I thought was really cool. I don't know if I wrote this correctly, but to say to any buyers that feel like they're buying at the top of the market, you're never buying at the top of the market when you're buying at the top of the moment, because the market is always going up. And I wrote that down, so I was like, I gotta remember that. So.
Doesn't go down a lot, does it?
No. It's all up.
So to piggyback on these ladies, my favorite thing was, you know, master the morning, master your day. And I put a slide in here. I gave it to Raven, and one of the people on one of the classes that I was in said that, what is it, 80, I had to.
This one, Jan?
Yeah, the next one. What is it? 89% of Americans check their phone within 10 minutes of waking up.
Yeah.
And it's a total distraction. And I think about what I do in the morning. And the first thing I do in the morning after my alarm goes off is I get up and I start reading my book, which happens to be on my phone. And then half the time I check my email. Don't do anything about it. But I look and see who sent me, emails, hopefully an offer overnight, right? And, it's a total distraction to my day. So I've been trying to master my morning, get up, get dressed, get showered, brush my teeth, do all the things, whether I'm staying home or going out. I found that I'm way more productive if I get out of my pajamas. Hey, I'm not the only one in here that. So, if I get up, get ready for my day and spend that first half hour, and then I try to spend the last half hour of the day, because that's, setting myself up for tomorrow's first half hour.
Yeah.
And, as mastering that puts me very productively at my desk at 8 o'clock versus just starting my production at 8 o'clock, whereas it takes me another hour to get ready for the day. So, those 2 30-minute time blocks have helped tremendously. And, you know, that was something that came from one of the panels that we said.
And so I think we're hearing a common theme, okay? And what at Berkshire, we always called it the miracle morning. And there's actually a book out there about the miracle morning. And it is a very, very, very powerful book. So Donna, tell me the one thing that you took away that you're gonna implement over this next year.
I didn't say you were gonna.
We shall. Don, what would you like me to ask you? About mega camp.
I just, the common theme, I think, was staying in touch with your database and leveraging your database. So I do that. That's what I do.
Okay, let me say one thing. How many people do you have on your database?
460.
Okay. We're looking at a top producing agent who has, 460 people in her database. We're always telling you need 2,000 people in your database. Donna keeps up with her people. I mean, she is the queen of the database. So with less than 500 people, she is a top producer because of the way she keeps up with her database. So just wanted to interject.
Community for me, and Jason Abrams kept stressing that, and yes, so that was the whole thing for me, was a reiteration of stay in touch with your database and do the work that they need you to do. Perfect. Be the voice.
Miss Renee.
Okay, mine is to get rid of things I don't like to do. Cause there's so many things that I hate. And they're like, why are you doing that? It's like, well, I don't have anybody to do it. So.
Love it.
That's what I'm doing.
It's gonna make your life.
Leverage.
Leverage. We're gonna find someone else to do that.
Well, and the thing is, if you don't like to do it, 9 times out of 10, you
You're
don't
not
do
gonna
it
do it.
anyway.
You're not gonna
So
do it anyways,
you're
yeah.
just creating stress in your life. And that was the big thing that you talked about, was getting rid of the anxiety and stress around our jobs. So we can enjoy life a little bit more.
Yeah, I love that. Miss Carrie.
More sphere mini events.
What's a mini event?
A mini event is just a gathering of 5 to 20 people in your sphere, and it doesn't have to be a big whoop-de-doo, and you don't have to get a food truck, and you don't have to mail out anything. If that's your jam, but you can also just invite them over to watch football game.
Love it.
Yeah, and reconnecting with my alma mater. Because I keep telling these guys that my business was built on tailgating, and yet that sphere has kind of dwindled, and so
Her old
we
business
get.
card has like a funnel on it. Yeah, I'm just saying. So, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, reconnect.
Miss Rachel, what are you taking away?
Well, I go in the morning.
Yeah.
And getting rid of the stuff that I'm delegating the stuff that I'm never gonna do. Another thing that, I can't remember who said it, I said something about, maybe that the first, 15 seconds or something like that. You've got that opportunity to, build credibility, trust, and engage with somebody to where they actually want to know from you. Something personal, something business related that really shows that you're an expert and not just health market stuff, something really like meaty and specific that makes them want to ask. The more questions that people ask you, the more you can build credibility. So, but really having that of the moment where the market is, and then asking them more questions. Why are you asking me that? Do you know anybody that wants to be in a new home by the holidays? Perfect. So that was it.
You got the squeaky chair, by the way, in case everybody wonders what. Marinella.
So pretty much everything that everybody's been saying was definitely what I got from it. But one thing that stood out to me the most was when Gary Keller was up there and speaking the whole time, his shirt said, "Do the work." And I cannot get that out of my mind, because there's so many times that we were talking about, we work from home, maybe we're doing laundry or something like that. And I'm just like, do the work. If I do the work, it will happen. I just cannot get that out of my mind. So now I'm just gonna put it like in big letters in my office here and at home, and I'm like, do the work. It's just a concert reminder. Do not get distracted. Do the work.
Love it. Miss Jan.
One of the things that really stuck out to me is how poorly I work on referrals. No, I don't do referrals well.
What do you mean?
Well, I belong to land and I belong to military and, two huge referral networks. And last year I did refer a piece of land out in Texas. And the guy that I referred it to did a fabulous job. But he was so excited to meet me and take a picture of me and posted it on Facebook. And then I looked my best. I'm like, could you have cropped it? You know? However, you know, if I spent that much time working on referrals and once a month, I get stuff from one of my referral partners out of Texas. Texas people love referrals, guys. And they just do amazing jobs at it. And somebody who does it at a very high level in our office is Susan Corley.
Yes, she does.
And, you know, I even go to these events and I'm her wing person. And, you know, I help her get referrals, but I don't do it for myself. And shame on me, I should be doing that.
All right.
Did you have any slides about
I
something
did,
you wanted to share?
So one of the big things at Mega Camp was the economists that came. We had multiple economists there. And like I said, I'm a member of LAND, so I was there early for the LAND Summit and they had Dr. Blake Bennett come in. He's from Texas A&M University and he put together this whole prediction profile of what's going to happen in land this year. So these are all the areas that he broke it up into. So if you're curious about any of these other areas, let me know. I have the slides for those. However, this is what is projected in the Southeast this year, okay? For land, this was 2002, 2003, and this is the increases people are seeing in land this year. And for up out to 2028, he did a projection model. And, you know, people are sitting on land just telling you, oh, we're going to make so much money on it. It's going to go through the roof. Well, this is a prediction model and he's been running it for quite a few years. And, you know, it's coming out really close to what he's been predicting, you know, and some areas of the country are going to go up 5% in land over the next 8 years. However, not here. And as you can see in the Southern Plains, and I don't know which states those are, it's, you know, based on that first map, you know, they're going to go up, you know, 0.64% in 2028, 0.64% this year, 0.72 next year. We're not going to see that. And those are tiny numbers for land. And this is raw land, people, this residential lots and acreages. So, you know, it's just something I thought that you guys might be interested in knowing.
So tell your people to sell their land now so they can enjoy their money.
Yeah, if they're holding out thinking they're gonna get rich on land, it's going to sell because people are buying land. However, it's not gonna, you know, grow gangbusters over the next 10 years. It's just not gonna.
And we'll have Jan for another land mastermind when we bring that to talk.
I have one, I think, scheduled for November already. I'm gonna try to catch Kern and squeeze one in next month. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, perfect.
And check out the slides for more of these forecasting from.
And you'll get all these slides as well.
Oh, I forgot about this. This is really important, guys. Never heard this before. There's links to these forms, okay? This came up in our land summit. So if you sell land to a foreign entity, okay? Now you might sell it to somebody who owns an LLC, okay? They're a US foreign citizen, but maybe their partners are not. You have no way of knowing that. So right now, typical federal government, they're sitting on this millions of dollars in fines. Haven't done a thing about it, but it's coming up more and more often. You know, the government's trying to find ways to fund this deficit. Well, it's been something that's come up multiple times in big conversations. So it's just a matter of time before they start trying to get those fines in. And it could cost a person up to 25% of the value of their land if they don't file this form. Okay, and what they're saying is realtors learned all about this form in their real estate class. Every realtor in that room says, what is that form? Okay, it's a simple form. It has to be filled out within 90 days of the purchase of your land. And I highly recommend you send it to every single person that you sell land to, because then it's not on you, it's on them. You know, there's instructions. I gave the next slide. This is, here it is right here. It's a fillable PDF. And then the next one, there's the links to the instructions and the links to the form. And you guys will have them in your slides when Raven sends that out.
Or wash your hands of it, get a 25% referral fee and you have jail.
Oh,
Right?
But, you know, anytime you sell a piece of land, send that out, CYA, because they will be coming after us at some point. And the Department of Agriculture says that we learned about it in our licensing class, so that means they're gonna come after the realtors after they come after the people that bought the land. So.
Thank you for that. I'm familiar with that.
Nobody's ever heard of it.
But will you talk about that in your land class?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Can I, like, there's no substitute for being there. There really is not a substitute. It is not an expensive thing to do. I mean, it's expensive, but it's not, it's about.
It's an investment in yourself.
Yeah,
Investment in yourself
I
and your
think I spent a little less than $2,000. Marinelli was a fabulous roommate, but you know, if you choose not to go with a roommate, I think it would have been right about $2,200. But there's no substitute for being there. So I think, I'm not speaking out of turn, Erin said she would hold $100 out of every closing so that you have the money to go next year when you're ready.
In San Antonio.
Yeah, and in
Yeah.
San Antonio, flights be a lot less.
Flights will be less.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Donna. Well said. Well said. Thank you, guys. We're almost done. 1 second. We're gonna go through the top awards very quickly, just because I didn't get to it.
We'll do the one clap like we used to do.
Okay. At the end of every name.
Nope, we'll do this. Joanne, Tom, Peggy, Collins, Ramesh, Brett, John. Jamie, Kristen, Renee, Pam, Carrie, Sissy. Wesley, Mike and Margot, Christy, Stephanie, Alan and Chad. All right. Stephen, Jacob, Nancy, Gil, Kim, Taylor, Oscar. Cappers, Myra, Wesley, Mark, Dawn, Donna McClure, Michael Wheelie, Kathy Ray, Markia.
Donna. All right, you're not yelling anymore. Okay, you're not yelling anymore. Okay, all right. Okay, right now we're gonna do open house. What did you go with Miss Kathy Ray?
Kathy Ray is having a broker open house tomorrow from 5 to 7:30. And I think they're doing spritzers.
Oh, I love
They're doing like some fun spritzers and some,
Girl home in Canton.
Yeah, it's really.
it's actually out in Ball Ground, 170 Summit Circle in Ball Ground.
And if y'all have been to Ball Ground, it's charming. So does anybody have anything on Caravan today?
Sorry, Julie, it's right, she said it's walking distance to downtown, so it's right in downtown
So
Ball
you can
Ground.
stop at the ice cream store down there and run over to the house. So no caravans today. Anything coming up? Any new listings? Any buyer needs? Yes, ma'am.
Next Wednesday, I have a home in Talking Rock near Jasper, and it's only $270.
Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am.
I am looking for an agent to host an open house. I'm actually entering the information right now. It's on live, so it's a brand new listing. It used to be in a question. Is that what they did right?
Equestrian, yeah.
Yeah, the property. It's right next to all the vineyards and, I mean, you can walk to Frogtown and like the Three Sisters right there.
Like an opportunity.
4 miles from Kaya Winery. It's 3.53 acres. And it's gonna be listed at 400.
Okay.
It's a great-
That's a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, my heart's racing a little bit. Anybody else? Got anything good? I know, I'm like.
Guys, if you want to get Julie a Christmas present, we can all chip in.
Yeah, yeah. Take that from my horses, because they're killing me right now. All right. That is it. Inspiration. Oh, I love this. This is what we just talked about. Education without implementation is just entertainment. So when y'all are on TikTok, make sure you get something informational out of it. So, that is it. Everybody have a wonderful, fabulous, amazing week. Call us if you need anything at all. Thank you for being here. And we'll see you next Tuesday.